Hello, this is Longest Day, and this is the GT versus Miami 2014 game. We'll be looking at the last series that we made a touchdown on. And I'm going to go ahead and start off by saying I watched a little bit of last year's Duke game, and this is a different team. We're running different plays, and any play that's even similar is much more crisp. Uh, the reads are much better. I'm just so impressed with the amount of work that our guys put in over the summer to get better because they truly are better. And we'll make sure everybody knows that I see it. I see it in slow motion, and I appreciate it. This is a difference maker. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in and look to see what we got here. First, we want to notice that we're in the gap right here. This outside linebacker has stepped up in the gap, and if it's a triple option, it should be a pull and a quick pitch, and we'll go ahead and see what happens, and it is a triple option. And I do want to note, watch this off tackle, jumps in quick to make sure if this guy's going to try to jump the gap, that he can't just jump on top of the quarterback. So he does a good job of sealing that gap off. Of course, this mesh is not going to be very long because JT has already read what's going to happen here. He's just going to go ahead and pull it. And it should be a quick pitch, like right here, a quick pitch. Now, if you watch, he keeps it for a little bit long and almost has an issue. In fact, I remember watching this and taking a big gasp of air, and, that was close. Close. I do want to mention Zach Lasky here does a great job. He reads this play from his position before the ball snapped. He knows what he's got to do. Got to get back to his Mike linebacker, and he does. Takes him out. You need to watch that again. Hits him, takes him out on the ground. A back right here. He's got to make his block. Pushes him out and actually takes him at least somewhat to the ground. Definitely keeps him out of the play. Now the guy who's actually going to make the trip on this is the guy who's outside linebacker who stepped up into that gap. He's just fast, gets down the line, just gets a hand on him. We almost get by him, not quite, but we make some good yards. So we'll go ahead and go to the next play. All right, here we go. Lined up. Thing to notice, we're unbalanced over here. So just notice that. Nothing really to notice here other than this guy has stepped up on the side because of our unbalanced situation. And it's going to be basically a dive. So we got to see, very short to the first down, does our offensive line want it? This is what this means. Do we want it? And, do we push him past the first down marker? And you can see that it's pretty close. We do make a good push here. This guy right here is pinching down hard, right here, pinching down hard. We are releasing. I don't know exactly. I can't really tell how much of a clip that he gives this guy to kind of keep him from pinching, but he really has to give a good clip on that guy to keep him from pinching, and also get down here to make his block. And he would have too. He would have been right there. We do make a block right here, and we could have made a seam right through this area. The problem is this guy pinches down very hard. This guy's pinching in, and it closes the hole off between both of these two guys. And so we do make the first down. We move to chains. Lasky's a workhorse. He takes it pounding, and we got to keep on going. Move to chains. All right, so nothing really to note here. It is going to be a triple option, and you can see right here. Watch this guy. He's pinching in again into nothing. The other thing to note is this defensive end has his back to the quarterback, and the third thing to note is these guys are not moving. They're standing still. If you're going to stand still, you're going to get blocked all day. So has his back to the quarterback, so he's obviously not taking the V-back. This guy is not moving. We get all the way to the line of scrimmage. This guy is still not moving, and it's a give. So it's a great read. We're trying to make the block right here. You can see the release right here on the Mike linebacker. And he takes himself out of the play, or we could have blocked him out of the play, either one. And we end up making some good yards. Now, this guy being stationary and not committing here or here may keep us from making it, say, a 20-yard play. But if you don't commit, we're going to get by you. We're going to make some decent yards, and we're going to end up moving the chains at the end of the day. So, no commit. We make great yards. Move on to the next play. All right. Anything to note? Nothing really to note in our formations. We go ahead, snap the ball. Again, this guy has his back to the QB. This guy has not really committed to the inside and outside. If anything, he took a step outside, and so it's going to be a give. This time, we're not quite pinching hard on the inside as much as last time, and so instead of pinching inward, he actually turns around a little bit more. So he ends up being the one to make the tackle, but not before we make the first down, because the outside linebacker didn't commit. So we're moving to chains. Take it all day. All right, the next one right here. Guys in the gap again. You remember this play? What happened last time? It should be a keep and then a quick pitch. So we'll notice here this guy definitely seals the gap so he can't get to the quarterback. So that part's good. We pull it. It's not really a mesh. We're reading this from the line. This is not going to be a give. So we pull it, and so right here it should be a pitch. This relationship's a little off. If he would have pitched it, I don't know if JT can see it or not, but he's a little behind if you look. Now right here he's JT is kind of looking for him. You see him kind of looking out here, peripheral vision. He's not quite there, and so kind of fakes it. See if he can run by him. Can't. Keeps it. Remember last time, barely made this pitch. That's probably in his mind as well, and so we end up losing a couple yards. So good read, bad read. There's so many things that you have to. That right there is a perfect read. Now, pitch is the next one, but look, the guy is behind him. He is not out here to get the ball. He's definitely not out there for a pitch. And right here, he's looking. I think he's looking, and he's not quite there yet. He's behind. So definitely a little issue there with relationships. And to say this is a bad read, I just can't do it. I think just some of the things in that play broke down. Let's see if we can see a little better right here. So look, he sees a guy. I think right here he's looking, and he's continuing to move his head around. He doesn't quite see him. Remembers the play last time, how close it was. Keeps it. So we'll go ahead and go to the next play. All right. So here we go. Guys up in the gap. This is going to be actually a penalty play. It's a pass, but I'll show you one of the differences. This guy right here is definitely coming forward. You see him take a step or two forward, so at least we got a step or two. But what ends up happening is this wide receiver right here, right there, just a little bit of motion, just a little lean forward. If you can barely see it, just this guy right here, just a little lean forward. So it ends up being a penalty. Gosh, it was such a little motion. All right, go on to the next play. What's going to happen here? We don't have anything particular to note on either side, and it's going to be a pass play. So we do a little play action there, like it's going to be a dive right here, and we're releasing across here. You can see that in this play, no one goes forward, and in fact, people definitely back up. They're expecting the pass play. It's definitely going to be a pass play. Everybody's pretty covered right through here, so JT has to try and extend escape as the pocket closes, and we end up only making 2 yards. So we're 3rd and 15. One thing I like about JT, no real high, no real low lows. It's 3rd and 15. It is what it is, and we got a job to do. We're going to get it done. So get through the commercial, 4th quarter, 3rd and 15. It's going to be a pass. There's not a lot of play action to the pass. We got some decent protection. You got the A-back coming out of this route. A lot of times we've basically passed right here in the flats. What happens in this time, he actually turns it up for a real route, and this defender right here is expecting that little pass in the flats, and his back is definitely facing in. See right there, and then he loses the A-back on the real route right there. Pass right to him, good catch, first down. Move to chains. That pass is so pivotal, actually. The difference between 54% and 50% passing is so big for us. That right there is just a game changer. Why? We move to chains, we eat up clock. It ends up being a scoring drive. just pivotal. All right, let's see what happens here. This guy has moved up a little bit closer to the line, not quite in the gap. We're going to go ahead and start the play, and it's going to be a dive. So this off tackle is going to come in and is going to take him out. You know, these guys are playing assignment football. So if this guy is going to be on the inside, this is a perfect play too. If this guy's going to be lined up in this gap, this is a perfect play because he's going to come in. Assignment football, he has the B-back, right? This guy has the quarterback. Well, we can leave him unblocked. If he runs his assignment and follows his assignment, he's not going to have the ball, and we don't need to block him. Now we do have this A-back coming in to make sure that he can't get in quick enough to get the B-back. But if he has the B-back, he has the QB, we don't need to block him. We can go ahead and try to get through the hole. We have a block to make right here with these two guys, and we do get a piece of them. We're not able to take them completely out, and you know, Lasky makes it by him anyways. It's the safety that comes up and ends up stopping the play right there. All right, so we make some yards. Great read at the line. Great call. I do believe that is a great read from the line. Knowing what people are going to do, knowing the defensive assignments, and you know, Paul calls great plays. All right, so let's look right here. We can see we have a looks like a linebacker up on the line right here. We are offset, extra person out here. Let's see what this ends up being. And it looks like it's going to be this lead option. So Coach Paul Johnson said in his radio show that JT in the second half of the game had trouble getting downhill. And you know, right here, we're taking steps back, and he's still kind of going backwards versus across. And I think it's potentially because of what's going on right here. But he goes ahead and makes the pitch early versus risking any kind of issues right here. And we'll go through and see what happens. So he would have been on this side of this guy, might have got tripped up in his feet, who knows. But we are making some good blocks right here. Look right here. We make a block right there. Takes him out of the play. And look at this number right here, Bostic, number 7. It's going to take his guy to the ground. Look at that. The guy is on the ground. He's out of the play. So 2 guys out of the play. We got this guy right here. Right here ends up being the guy who kind of squeezes the play right there. One thing I like about Lasky, he doesn't slow down. You know, in the past, some of our running backs, you know, they see a hit coming, they slow down. But this is what happens when you speed up. When you speed up, the guy misses. If you slow down to prepare for the hit, that guy's going to take you out. He's getting by him, and you know, this guy right here ends up making a good hit. You know, Lasky's a workhorse. He's taking a beating, but yet makes the yards, moving the chains. 1st and 10. All right, great blocking on that play. Very proud of our guys. A lot of work over the summer, you can tell. It's a different team. All right, let's see what's going on here. Nothing really to point out other than we do have an extra man on the line right here. They stepped up a linebacker right here. So let's get the play off. What is this going to be? It's going to be a rocket toss. So let's watch and see what happens. This is a hard block. Look, you have this guy right here has to get out to block this guy. This guy is a good two steps this way. So, and he's coming, look at that. I mean, he is getting hard. He is off the ball, takes his first step in the right direction, and he has a very hard block to make right there. And he's definitely able to slow him down, but he can't keep him completely slowed. Now, if we truly take this guy 100% out, take him on the ground, potentially that leaves a lane out here. If we couldn't have got a little bit better hit on him. He does go down. He's able to stay, you know, on his 4s, and we make some yards. But of course, that pushes him back inside to this guy to make the tackle. The other thing to note, this safety comes up pretty good, and he probably would have stopped the play about the same area. All right, keep on going. 3 yards. 2nd and 7. All right, so what's going to happen here? This is the normal setup. Go ahead and start to play. If you look here, something happens here that hasn't happened all game. So this is important. This defensive end is coming inside, and he's coming inside right here, and you got to wonder, okay, is he taking the B back, or is he taking QB. The QB's got to decide this. This hasn't happened all game. This is kind of surprising. This is a little unexpected. Traditionally what's happened is both of these guys have gone outside. This guy's filled in the gap, or this guy's cross-charged and this guy's going outside. But this is a change. This is something new. So JT has to, in the spur of the moment, see something different and make a decision. Okay, is this guy fully taking the V-back? If you look, he hasn't, because he takes the V-back actually from the side. You see how he's taking him from the side? So he's not coming head on to the V-back. Okay, and if he decides to let the V-back go, look, he's right there on JT. JT'd have to make a very quick pitch and risk a fumble. So JT decides to give. Now I'm reading his mind. I don't know if this is what's going on, but this is what I see. He definitely did not 100% take the V-back, but he's able to get an arm on him, and we still make 3 yards. So I think that is traditionally would be a QB keep. Given that it's the first time it's happened in the game, unexpected, and the heat of the moment, looking at that he was kind of, trying to split the difference between the two, JT made a reasonable call there. So I'll leave that up to Coach Paul Johnson whether or not he made the right read. But in the heat of the moment, first time it happened in the game, I think we have a good quarterback. That's what I think. All right. What's going to happen here? Off balance over here. You can see we really got a lot of people on the line right here. The makeup for over here, where it looks like we have less and more extended, we have some people walking up a little closer. So let's see what happens here. Okay, JT is checking a line, and I'm assuming that it's checking away from this right here to over here, because it looks like we have a better odds of making some yards. So let's see what happens. All right, so this does still look like an option. These guys are going outside. This is a give read. So if it's not, it could be a called dive, and this guy is just unblocked, and we're supposed to follow it through. Either one could happen. Now, right here, after the mesh, the B-back can decide to go to this side or that side of this particular player. And if you look, the defensive guy is driving him in this direction. So I think that kind of funnels the B-back in this direction. And this hole looks a little bit more open, actually. So in the heat of the moment, I don't know exactly what their call is, but these guys are, you got 3-on-2 guys right here, and they're pushing in, which is going to seal this gap, and that's what happens. It seals closed with those 3-on-2, and we end only making up like 2 yards. So Paul looks like he's asking some questions. Why'd you check? Why'd you do it? And I guess JT's going to explain. All right, I like these last 2 plays. I think you're going to enjoy them. Let's look at them. Okay. So we just did that dive right here, and so we're gonna go back to the triple option. That could have been a triple. I don't know, but this one is definitely a triple right here. If you look, this guy is looking in. He's looking in. JT's already experienced this once. This guy is not committed to the outside for sure, and he's really not coming downhill good. Now these guys right here are coming in. With this read on the inside, right here, with the way this guy is looking directly at the V-back, this is definitely a pull. All right. Now, traditionally that would be a pull, and he hasn't gotten a read yet. There is no read to pitch, right? But he pitches anyways, right here, without a read. I don't think he's reading anybody particular to pitch. The thing that he may be reading is just this wide open space. Pitches the ball to make sure he gets it out, to make sure he makes the first down. The thing is, everybody is so fooled. Look right here. This guy is coming in. JT don't know this guy isn't going out, but he is riding that mesh, riding the mesh. Look, his hands are 100% forward, and he still has the ball. Look, still has it. He's sucking everybody on the inside right here. Sucks him in, sucked me in, because I thought Lasky had the ball when I was at the game. We make the pitch, and good sailing. Now, where does number 52 come from? 52 is this linebacker right here. He's coming across, gets through the trash, and if JT would have kept it, he might have ruined this. I don't know if how JT could have saw this. I think he pitches it due to the opening. But I'm glad he did pitch it because it get to the outside quick. 52 isn't able to make a tackle, and we make a touchdown. So great series. Really enjoyed it. You can tell the hard work that our guys put in the offseason. Touchdown, drive. We have a 3rd and 15 that JT takes care of with Zenon, and no highs, no lows, steady. We got a job to do. Let's get it done, and that's what I really like about JT. All right, I enjoyed this series. I hope you did, and I look forward to your comments.